How's everything going, guys? Welcome to another episode here of Rerez. It's another Just Bad Games reaction video. Today we're going to be doing The Quiet Man. I actually remember when this game was first announced, and then I remembered it. I went, okay. And then I heard nothing from the game, and then it was appeared on a bunch of the worst games of that year list, which was 2018. I went, okay. So yeah, we're going to be doing this review here today. Hope you guys are well, hope you're looking after yourselves. If you guys are having a good one, smash that like button, don't forget to subscribe if you are new. So, before I get to the review, guys, I'm going to be quick and simple on this. This is actually going to be my last reaction video for a few weeks. I will not be back with another episode of Rerez after this one for 3 weeks. Alright? Next week and the week after, I'm going on hiatus. Alright, I have to take 2 weeks off. Long story short, in the middle of next week, my son's starting school. Or what you Americans call first grade. So my son's starting school next week. So I need to be available to do all that lot. So I'm not uploading anything for 2 weeks. That also gives me a little bit of a break as well. So this is going to be the final Rerez video you're going to get with me before my hiatus. The one you're going to get after my hiatus is the next one on the list. It's Dog Football. That's the first one of the new after the hiatus. I'll be doing Jerry Rice and Nitrus's Dog Football for the Wii. That one's next. So should we get on the video, guys? So The Quiet Man. Okay. Yeah, I think this game's pretty fucking bad. Also, to go back from last week's video, Left Alive, you can still buy that game on Steam, and when I checked, it is still full price. Left Alive is still full price on Steam. It said $59.99 on the Google search. Let me just quickly, because it ties in, because I believe Square Enix published this as well. Square Enix, 2017, 2018, 2019 was in a real weird spot. Oh, no, I was wrong. Let me just put this in. Left Alive. Mostly negative. So a full price game in the UK is £60. It's 45. 45 for Left Alive. And how much is The Quiet Man? Whilst I check, I might as well have a look. The Quiet Man, this game here. This game is £12. £11.99 this game goes for. I cannot believe that Left Alive is still 45. That's mental. Anyway, Quiet Man. Let's go.
The Quiet Man is a game from 2018 developed by Human Head Studios and produced by Square Enix for the PlayStation 4 and PC.
You may remember Human Head Studios as the team that made Prey. No, not that one. This one.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah, I've heard of that. That's actually a pretty decent game, Prey 2006. I've heard that's actually an alright fucking game, actually. Yeah, so it's now the second game in a row, which is published by Square Enix. Second one in a row. Yeah, like I said, Square Enix was in a weird spot in 2018, 2019. A very weird spot.
Which has been slightly lost to time because another completely different Prey exists from a completely different company.
Which is a shame, because the original Prey was a fantastic first-person shooter that...
Yeah, it was. The original Prey was very good. But the arcane one... have I played the... I don't think I've played the arcane one, to be honest. I've tried to a few times. I have got it on my... I mentioned a couple of weeks ago that I've got a bit of a backlog. I think that's actually on my backlog.
That utilized Portal-like mechanics and clever level design. The company had a signature touch that made many of their games a blast to play.
The Quiet Man would arguably be their last big release before closing shop in 2019.
How did this one game render the studio silent for good?
Well, let's find out with The Quiet Man.
We begin with a figure walking up to 3 guys in an alley who are talking loud and vulgarly about intimate relations.
The 3 Three totally awesome dudes threaten the incoming figure and tell him to get lost, but the guy signals to the group that he can't hear them, indicating he's deaf.
The camera takes us into the world of this character, and the sound of the game turns off. From here on out, we're gonna call this character Mr. Silent.
One of the alley guys attacks our character, but he takes him out with one punch.
We smoothly transition to gameplay, and now it's our turn to fight.
Sorry.
We're gonna call this character Mr. Silent.
One of the alley guys attacks our character, but he takes him out with one punch.
We smoothly transition to gameplay.
If you didn't know, if you looked at that angle there with the way his haircut is, the way they've designed his haircut, you'd think that's a female character. If you didn't know, if you didn't see that character's face, would you think that was a male or female character from behind? With the haircut like that, you'd think you're playing a female character.
And now it's our turn to fight.
Except, we don't know how? The game didn't tell us, so we sorta just dive in and start smashing buttons to hopefully defeat our attackers.
We stumble our way through punching and kicking enemy after enemy until we find ourselves inside a rundown building.
We were feeling kinda lost and thought, hey, why not do a little world exploring?
But no, the camera movement in this game isn't set up for that. It seems to kinda be stuck in the corner. Yeah, you can pan a little bit, but that's it. And as we try to move around the room, it kinda dips and weaves.
Yeah, do you want to know what it is? It's supposed to be atmospheric.
All over the place. Ugh, cool. So we don't really seem to be able to explore or look at anything. I guess the game just wants us to keep punching and kicking.
So we do.
Mr. Silent comes across some graffiti on the wall that triggers a cutscene.
So. Oh God.
If you are listening to this cylinder,
So, was that a flashback of his childhood? Was the kid with the gun and the guy in the painting the same person?
Who knows?
We jump back to adult Mr. Silent and clear out the whole building to retrieve a suitcase that was apparently the reason for all this and leave. Silently.
Time.
They knew that the storyline on this was going to be absolute shit. They said, here's an idea. How about we do it? He doesn't talk, doesn't say anything, because we know the voice actor. We know the voice actor's not going to be great, so we just do this. That's it.
Time for another cutscene. Maybe we'll finally have the world of the story fleshed out for us so we can get a handle on this character.
I think something's wrong. Did you turn down the volume?
Nope, it's still on.
That's, oh no. Does that mean?
Yeah, this is the game, and it's totally silent.
They don't give you a single subtitle. They don't even give you a soundtrack. Nothing to guide you through what the characters are talking about in the slightest.
You do get some atmospheric sounds.
The fuck?
I get it. Because the character's deaf, we're meant to feel like we're walking in his shoes. All we need to do is read the lips of the actor to get the story.
Yeah, some obese kitty cats.
Problem solved.
You would think, but no. Half the time the character speaking in the scene isn't even looking at the camera. How are you gonna read that?
Okay, that's a big problem.
It's not a problem for Mr. Silent, though. He can actually see this dude's face, so he has no problem following what's going on.
So our character, our hero through the story, can follow what's going on, while we as the players cannot.
This is a problem throughout the game. Mr. Silent is reading lips we can't see and following conversations where we are totally lost.
And to make it worse, there are scenes when Mr. Silent actually speaks, and the game still doesn't subtitle this. The character we're supposed to be is communicating something, and we have no idea what it is. Come on.
On paper, this probably sounded like a bold, revolutionary game, but really, this isn't immersive, it's just aggravating.
Yeah, because you don't know what's happening. It's like playing a fucking video game with a story with the volume turned down. Try playing, Alan, it's like trying to play Call of Duty, Call of Duty or Black Ops or whatever, turning all the audio down and then putting no subtitles. Then see what you can get.
Fart mouth.
Some of these cutscenes can last upwards of 10 minutes.
10 minutes of being in the dark, not being able to follow anything that is going on.
These drawn-out, silent cinematics, which cannot be skipped by the way, take up over half of your game time, with the rest spent with you beating the snot out of people.
Because this, at its heart, is a basic beat 'em up. There's no other gameplay. You don't even have any.
It's a basic beat 'em up with trying to be an atmospheric, real life, like, storyline mixed in. It doesn't work.
Special silent skills.
It's almost like they went out of their way to keep out any defining features from the gameplay that would make it stand out.
I mean, it basically writes itself. A hero who's learned unique techniques and strategies as someone who's grown up not being able to hear. They could have made him capable of doing all sorts of useful things.
For instance, the ability to pick up covert information by reading people's lips from far-off distances.
Yeah.
Or heck, maybe a deafening sound-based weapon like a siren that could completely confuse and disorient his hearing enemies.
Nope, nothing like that. Instead, we have this run-of-the-mill fighting game with no significant identifying feature. How does the combat feel?
Ooh, not good. Not good at all. You're not told how fighting even works, so you're literally button mashing the whole time.
There's no fluidity to the gameplay. Mr. Silent will be fighting one enemy and automatically quick snap to a different enemy without warning.
And thanks to the...
So, try play Arkham Asylum with the fucking volume turned off. There you go. Not Arkham Asylum. What was the one with the bad Arkham Origins.
useless camera, finding enemies around a scene can sometimes be impossible.
You'll take hits before you even know where they're coming from.
Oh wait, if you pause the game, guess what comes up? A map of the combat controls.
This? This is how they teach you to play the game?
Yeah, all the menu settings are all set up this way as well, with no words, just fancy lights.
We sorta interpreted these neon hieroglyphics, but fighting still felt awful.
Okay, so gameplay's a lost cause. Let's turn our attention to this game's story.
Well, the story isn't any better. We have a full cast of characters, but no names and no clear idea of their relationships.
There's our protagonist, Mr. Silent. We guess he works with this guy, since he delivers him the briefcase from the first sequence. We'll call him Briefcase Man.
There's this lady, and we only know her as the singer.
And here's another character we only know as the cop.
And we also have a strange person wearing a bird mask.
A bird mask? Why?
No idea, but they kidnapped the singer, so they're probably bad.
How can we follow a plot when we can't listen in or even read the story-building scenes?
Is Mr. Silent working for Briefcase Man? Are they friends? We don't know.
Why is Mr. Silent standing outside the singer's window? We don't know.
What?
Isn't it? I remember this. Do you get? I think if you play through the game again, I don't know if I think I read something somewhere. I think it is. I remember someone saying years ago when I watched a video about how bad this game is. I think you have to play the game once before you get the audio. I just remember something like that. That's just come to me, and I don't know where that's come from.
What is happening in this flashback of Mr. Silent with the cop? We don't know.
Speaking of flashbacks, you'll see plenty. Eventually, they reveal this woman getting shot.
Oh.
This is probably important.
We also see the same woman in scenes with her playing a piano and hugging the little boy who we assume to be Mr. Silent as a kid.
Wait a minute. That's the same woman from the present day scenes. If Mr. Silent has aged like 15 years, why doesn't she look any different?
The only possible explanation is that she totally recovered from that gunshot wound and it stopped her from aging. She's super lucky.
We keep pushing forward as each level offers the same boring beat-em-up gameplay and ending with more unsatisfying and incomprehensible cutscenes.
We believe the bird person to be one single character, but it turns out everyone in this game has a bird mask.
Mr. Silent puts it on and beats up all these guys.
Then this guy has a mask too.
And then the mask's here too. How is it traveling around so freely? It's making this even more confusing to follow.
Briefcase Man shoots the cop. Mr. Silent is angry and goes to fight Briefcase Man on the roof where he gets gunned down.
He's dead. Or wait, maybe not?
Mr. Silent now has super bird ghost powers.
What's even going on?
After you defeat Briefcase Man, then the cop shows up. We can tell it's him because of his signature raincoat.
Wait, we just saw him get shot not too long ago. What's the deal? Do bullets work differently in this universe? They don't seem to affect anyone.
Uh-oh, he's not here to celebrate. He puts on the bird mask and Mr. Silent fights him too. The two of them literally knock each other out at the same time for no reason.
The singer stands over Mr. Silent, to see if he's okay, and it fades to black. That's the end.
The credits play, and for the
What?
first time since the game went silent, we hear music with a cascade of images that play over top.
No. That cannot be the whole fucking game. No. That cannot be the whole fucking game. No. If that's the whole game, what a rip-off.
Don't really further the plot at all.
Well, that was a mess. Looks like we're done here. It's just bad.
Nope!
Oh, yeah. Because I'm using my wife's computer, guys. I've got adverts. Unskippable ones. On my PC upstairs, I don't have adverts on the PC upstairs, but when I use my wife's, I get unskippable ads, like for DFS. On solar panels.
Play it again.
What? Why would anyone want to do that?
Because beating the game once unlocks sound mode. So now you can play the game again with full dialogue.
No, if you were anybody else, you would not get in here dressed like that.
Yeah. So I was right then. Because I remember someone brought it up. I watched like the top 10 worst games of 2018 and they mentioned something like that. So yeah, my memory was correct.
What? You mean they designed the entire game with sound in mind and made us play it in silence for hours just to unlock the sound later?
Yeah, we weren't happy about this, and there are so many scenes that were broken while playing them silent, making it seem like the silent mode was an afterthought.
Like the scene here, that originally just seemed like an establishing shot. Turns out there was dialogue dubbed over this.
You're to remain outside of Sol 33 domain for now.
Good.
Or this scene from early in the game when Mr. Silent brings the briefcase to Briefcase Man. We had no way to know this without audio, but Mr. Silent, whose name is Dane by the way, speaks to this guy Tay from off camera.
Early riser. Extra credit on your report card, Dane.
Prefer extra cash.
When Tay is speaking, he's looking down and away from him. How could Dane have so easily understood what was being said in order to have such a quick, quippy reply?
Extra credit on your report card, Dane.
Prefer extra cash.
Remember, Dane cannot hear anything. He needs to see their mouths.
Or this scene with Dane and the bird person. He creeps in behind Dane and starts verbally assaulting him.
What, do you think you're the hero now, Dane? When have you ever been anything but the villain?
Buddy, he can't hear what you're saying. Even if he was looking right at you, he still couldn't understand you, 'cause you be wearing a mask!
You would think that adding in dialogue would expand the world and our understanding of it, but surprisingly, hearing the story in full makes everything collapse in on itself and just creates more questions.
It's fair to say The Quiet Man doesn't hold up to a second playthrough. We began noticing all sorts of weirdness when we looked at it closer.
Which we wouldn't have seen if they didn't make us play the entire game again a second time.
For example, the license plates in this opening scene. The game takes place in New York City, and you see all sorts of cars going by with New York license plates.
Turns out these scenes weren't filmed in America, but Bulgaria, with Bulgarian cars.
They had to figure out how to get North American plates to fit on foreign cars that use long, skinny plates.
Oh, God!
During our gameplay the first time around, we kept noticing the strange blue light in the top right of every fight, like a lens flare or something. Now, we didn't know what it was, so we ignored it.
Turns out it's a power-up system called Focus. You might be wondering how we missed that the first time. Well, check out how the game tries to teach it to you in this early fighting sequence.
Where's the HUD? There's no HUD to tell you what's happening. Do you know what I mean? You need a little bit of display. I know some games you don't really need a HUD, but you really, really fucking need a HUD for basically a beat 'em up, definitely. Because if there's no HUD, you don't know what you're doing.
Well, that was helpful. What was I supposed to do with this? At least tell me what buttons to push.
Focus, taught to you with this Dragon Ball-like power-up animation in the pause menu, lets you perform fast and effective attacks against your enemies.
However, it's not fast, it's rarely effective, and it seems to not trigger properly when you use it. Awesome!
And there are so many glitches we could cover that we're just gonna go ahead and give you some quick highlights.
Highlights!
Enemies just sometimes pop into the scene, like this guy right here.
Oh, pop
While
it.
fighting, you'll notice clipping through bodies again and again and again.
When walking around any part of the game, Dane's walking animation might break, causing him to lock up like this. The game isn't locked up here, folks. Only he is.
Or he'll get caught on something with his arms and legs moving ultra slow while his face continues to move at a regular pace.
Let's help him out. Ah, that's better.
Sometimes during fighting, characters will get locked in a loop of punches that will never end.
Oh!
By this point, his brain's hamburger.
In this cutscene, the cop's eyes just light up. It happens twice, like he's got a flashlight that went off inside his head.
Also, why is the scenery going the wrong way here? Is he driving backwards?
Why are there raindrops hitting these puddles when there isn't any rain?
Why does this car's headlights pass right through Dane?
During this boss fight, you can trigger an event that breaks this statue, but the problem is they didn't design the surrounding cutscenes around it. So we went from gameplay with a broken statue to cutscenes with a perfectly fine statue over and over again.
And then on one of the last boss battles, the game seriously glitched out. We were able to endlessly punch Tay over and over again in the
balls.
Junk.
Well done, you saved the world. What did he do to you? You punched me in the balls, Jeffrey. Let's just say he's not having any more kids. Oh.
The game should have had him break out of this eventually, but that never happened. When we had enough of playing the Nutcracker Symphony,
The boss man disappears when he wasn't supposed to. This caused a break in the game, forcing us to quit and restart the entire last level from the beginning.
highlights over. And now with the sound turned on, let's try and make some sense of this crazy story.
Tay is the proprietor of Moonrise Nightclub. Tay's girlfriend and star musical performer in his club, Lala, yeah, that's her name, is having
Lala?
threatening mail sent to her.
You could at least call her Lola. Or Layla.
But there's a twist. She's in on it.
The greatest performance of my career. The night I was kidnapped.
What the heck is with this story?
That's not even the weirdest part. Remember the cop that Dane met up with earlier? Turns out that's his father, and they have a very dark history.
What are we supposed to do now that you've killed your mother?
What?
Tile Survive has to be one of the most relaxing and comforting games of 2026. There's no pressure, and it's super easy to play. You don't need to stay online all day, and there's no endless grinding either. Just hop in whenever you feel like it. Collect some materials, upgrade your
Yup, the scene that looked like a friendly community cop trying to console an upset child was actually a father putting all the blame of this awful event squarely on his shoulders. Pair that with this memory from earlier of him being beaten and threatened, paints.
What do you reckon this game's got on Metacritic? Because I've just checked it. 38, which is actually higher than Rogue Warrior.
A picture of an awful and abusive childhood.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so this woman is Dane's mom, and she was killed.
Yes.
So, if she died like 15 years ago, who is this on the piano right now?
A completely unrelated person.
A completely unrelated person who just happens to look exactly the same and sound exactly the same as a dead woman.
It's the same actress. She's playing two roles.
And everyone is just okay with that?
I wish I could have met her.
You are her.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So she gets fake kidnapped by the bird, and Dane is trying to rescue her.
After being no closer to finding his reincarnated mother, Dane is upset and takes refuge back at Tay's office. There's a package on Tay's desk. Dane opens it and finds her white dress with blood on it and the bird mask.
We get a point-of-view sequence of Tay's guys getting beaten up. Without sound, we couldn't be sure what was happening here, but assumed it was Dane. With sound, we hear the number 2 guy tell Tay on the phone that Dane is the stalker who kidnapped Lala.
I don't think that makes sense. We saw Dane fight with the bird already. Why would he impersonate the person who kidnapped Lala?
I don't know. All we do know is for some reason he laid waste to.
Yeah, I don't like that. Fucking, it should have been Lola. If her name was Lola, then yeah, it would make sense. But just calling her Lala, I don't like it. She's not a fucking Teletubby. Yeah, if you don't know, guys, back in the day, there was Teletubbies, and there was 4 of them, which was Tinky, Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe. And they actually did, in 2016, they did a reboot, and they did their baby versions, and one of them was called Mimi and Papa. No joking.
to his own guys in the club wearing a bird mask, and he doesn't seem very happy about it.
Dane receives a video of Lala, tied up with a map of where to find her. Dane goes after her, so of course he's not the kidnapper.
Dane shows up at the hideout of Isaac, this guy, who is also this guy. He went to juvie for the death of Dane's mom. Dane doesn't like him very much.
Dane and Isaac have their epic fight. Dane rescues Lala, but Tay stops them.
Turns out Tay is super peeved because he saw Dane beat up all of his guys and accuses him of trying to steal Lala from him.
Tay leaves his guys to beat up Dane, then his cop dad comes by to save him, and we get a flashback of Dane as a child in a therapist's office. Apparently, he invented a person called the Quiet Man, who looks exactly like the bird person, as a way to deal with his feelings after his mom's death.
Why does he need an outlet for the pain? He deserves it, every inch.
Father of the year right there.
They go for an uncomfortably long car drive, and we get more talking.
Does anything seem off here? Because it should.
The cop dad must realize he needs his hard-of-hearing son to look at his face for him to understand anything he's saying. He rattles on, despite the fact Dane refuses to look at him. He can't hear you.
Lack of respect for deaf people aside, Cop Dad reveals that this has all been to avenge the death of his wife. He orchestrated all of these events to turn Dane into the Quiet Man from his childhood and use him to take out Tay and Isaac.
Turn him into what?
A silent assassin, basically. Or turn him into an accomplice for something that he's got nothing involved in with. Maybe he was trying to get rid of him, trying to put him, yeah. Story makes no sense.
Children's drawing of a bird guy? What kind of broken logic is that? He was expecting his son to just go crazy and beat up random people wearing a mask.
Well, it worked, didn't it?
That one time, sure, but it wasn't always Dane as the Quiet Man because he was fighting him multiple times.
But maybe it was all a hallucination. Let's break this down. In this scene, the Quiet Man clearly was fighting Dane.
But in this scene, he vanishes into thin air. And also, over here in the creepy shrine, he disappears. Are these all in Dane's head?
I don't know what's fake or real anymore. This game can't keep its own story straight.
Okay, time for the final act at the club. Tay reveals he was actually the one who shot Dane's mom, not Isaac.
Me.
But since the gun came out in the first place because they were fighting over some sneakers, I think they can share the blame on this one.
By the way, yes, this terrible chain of events started with a fight over some shoes.
And Dane witnessed the fight almost from the beginning. He saw what happened, but still became lifelong pals with one of the guys who killed his mom, and was seemingly totally fine when a complete replica of his mom just appeared one day and Tay started dating her, despite the fact she looks and sounds exactly like the woman he killed when he was a kid.
Jesus.
Are we serious with this plot?
God, my fucking my brain's turning to mush. What the fuck? This storyline makes no sense.
Tay shoots Dane's
Zero.
cop pop and tries to get answers to what the heck is going on from Dane, but Dane ignores him, likely because he can't hear you. Maybe he'd be able to read your mouth moving if you didn't smack him in the head with your gun earlier.
Dane fights his way to the roof to confront Tay.
Fuck is that?
Here is where Tay guns down Dane in what appears to be their final battle.
But Dane gets up with his bird superpowers and defeats Tay.
This whole superpower part is never explained and makes no sense. It's almost magical, but this game has no magic in it at all.
They should have done that when he punches him in the balls. That should be just the final boss. But how does he defeat him? Epic boss battle? No, just keeps repeatedly punching him in the bollocks.
So what just happened?
The closest reference we can find to supernatural powers in the story is the shoes Tay and Isaac fight over in the flashback. The shoes feature a logo of a bird head, and the brand name is Horus, who is the ancient Egyptian bird god of the sky.
Elements in the story were clearly written to build on this Horus symbolism. First, there's the fact that Quiet Man has a bird beak. And Horus, being the avenger of wrongs, is represented in the game's plot about avenging the wrongful death of Dane's mom. And for added bonus points, Horus's eyes represented the sun and the moon, which is likely why you only ever see Dane's mom during daylight, directly contrasted against Lala, who only ever shows up at night. And
when you explain it, yeah, it's kind of clever, but still shit.
It gets better. Isaac, the guy accused of killing the mom, runs a gang called Soul 33. The word soul, translated from Spanish, means sun. While Tay runs
Moonrise
nightclub.
which is
You
Luna.
get it? You following the confusing and ham-fisted mythology references yet? It seems they were laying the groundwork for Dane's Quiet Man to have a connection to immortal godlike powers.
But that never goes anywhere. All we have are shoes with a bird on them and Dane's unexplained ability to shake off 2 gunshot wounds to the back.
Anyway, after Tay is taken out, the father appears, and it's revealed that he helped orchestrate the fake kidnapping with Lala from the start. This news is very upsetting for Dane.
So Dane and his dad fight over Lala, fueled by their unresolved guilt. They both get knocked out. The end.
After the second playthrough, we see a post-credit scene with Cop Dad picking up his son out of jail for, I guess, beating up his dad or killing Tay, maybe? But they're cool now, so everything is fine, I guess.
This game took 8 hours of our lives, and this is all it gave us in return? I'm offended.
You know what would have made more sense than a random lady who looks like another random lady? Make Lala the cop's daughter and Dane's sister.
See, that would explain the
Yes,
resemblance.
that would work.
And give her brother and dad more real motivation to do anything to protect her. Yeah, that actually works.
The themes of this story are all over the place, and none of it jives together.
Yeah, unfortunately, this game needed a lot more work.
If the story and gameplay had more polish on them, then it probably could have all come together to make something pretty special instead of this
Yeah, I agree with Rerez here. Shane. I agree. If they had a bit more development, maybe fleshed it out a little bit more, maybe made the game a little bit longer, got rid of some of the bugs and stuff like that, it could have been a hidden gem. It could have been. There's potential here, but it seems like to me the game was rushed.
Disappointing mess.
And the developers seem to be very aware that this was one of their last games.
They placed this memoriam graffiti in a whole bunch of the backgrounds in the game. That can't be a coincidence.
We can only hope the devs were able to take away some lessons from this experience that they can use in their new game studio.
That's right. After Human Head shut down, they announced they were moving their team to Roundhouse Studios, a new development house under Bethesda Softworks.
Maybe this once great team of creators will make something amazing again. But for the Quiet Man,
it's just bad.
I don't think Roundhouse Studios have actually done. Let me just Google the name of that developer, because this video is 5 years old. Let's see if was it Is it Roundhouse Studios? There we go. Roundhouse Studios games. Let me see if they've made anything. Oh, they assisted on Redfall, and most of their studio now works with ZeniMax Online with the Elder Scrolls series. That's what they're working on now. They assist with Elder Scrolls Online. That's what they do now. In the words of Stuart Ashen, fitting punishment. It could have been good. It could have been good. They had potential to make this really good. So, alright then, guys. I'm going to have to get off because it's literally 4:10 as I'm recording this. My son's at nursery. It's actually his last week at nursery this the week you're seeing this. And he's going to make some food because my wife's got to go pick him up in about an hour. So I've got an hour to make some food. So thank you so much, guys, for checking out today's video. I will be back with another Rerez video in 3 weeks' time. It's Jerry Rice and Nitus' dog football. I wish it was something more grandiose for the return, but like I said, I'm doing them in order. It's just the way the orders fell. There is another Nostalgia Critic going live on Thursday, and then the AVGNs I'm doing, now the older ones, there's only one left, and that's Contra Forces, and I'm going to do that, and then basically AVGN's only going to be his new ones from now on. So, because I'm in the process of basically trying to cut things back, I have to. I can't explain why yet, why I have to cut stuff back, but I'm going to have to. So at the moment, it's looking around April of next year. I'm cutting everything back from April next year, but I can't say why yet. Anyway, have a good one. I'll see you in a bit. See you on my next reaction video. Peace out. Bye bye.